This is the best thing anyone's ever taught me about people pleasing. I learned it when I was 5 years old. It was winter of '83. I'm living in my grandma May's house for 3 months, and nobody's bothered to explain to me why. Her spare room, it was freezing. She shut the heat off at night, so she'd stack these big, scratchy wool blankets on me until I physically couldn't roll over. And the whole house just smelled like Vicks and cigarettes. Not in a bad way. That was just what her house smelled like and what she smelled like. Every night, I hear her coming down the hall. She'd sit on the edge of that bed, clear her throat, lick her thumb, turn to the same dog-eared page and go,
All right, Richard, Juanita, and the donkey Pete.
same story, 90 nights in a row. I never once got tired of it. So why am I telling you this? Well, last week a friend told me she couldn't say no to anybody. Her boss, her sister, her boyfriend. She's exhausted. And I'm exhausted listening to her. And out of nowhere, I heard my grandma's voice. The throat clear, the donkey. I told her the story. Something cracked open. I think it'll do the same for you. It goes like this. Once upon a time, there was a man named Richard who got married to a woman named Juanita. On their wedding day, they were gifted a donkey by their Aunt Natalie. I'll tell you why this is important to know later. For their honeymoon, Richard and Juanita decided to take their donkey, Pete, out for a stroll around town. As they were walking alongside Pete, a Reddit mod passed by and said, "Actually, you're supposed to be riding those things, you fools." Feeling foolish now, Richard helps his wife onto the donkey, and they make their way towards the bakery with their donkey, Pete. As they walked past the bakery, a concerned neighbor stopped them and said,
Oh man, you shouldn't be a simp these days and let your wife ride the donkey by herself.
Richard, uncertain of his masculinity now, helped his wife off the donkey and rode it himself. And they continued on their journey. As they passed a friendly neighborhood birth control clinic, a feminist stopped them in their path.
This is patriarchy in action, you chauvinistic pig. Why does she have to be the one walking when she has to bear the child for 9 months on swollen feet? Try mansplaining that one.
With a lone tear now streaming down his face, Richard helps Juanita onto the donkey, and they rode together. As Richard and Juanita now pass by a group of vegan TikTokers who say to them, "Do you know how much cortisol that donkey's producing right now? How would you feel if that donkey rode you?" Now both ridden with guilt, they got off and Richard carried the donkey, Pete. The donkey, Pete, was too heavy and Richard fell down and Pete landed on him, crushing his C2 vertebrae, and Richard was now paraplegic. But Juanita still took care of him for the rest of their lives, and they lived happily ever after. Sort of. Yep. I love when my grandma told me that story. Put me to sleep right away every time. Well, I hope you learned that no matter what you do, you aren't going to make everyone happy. So walk your own path and do your own thing. And remember, if you like my grandma's story, like and subscribe to this channel for more stories like this. Blessings. Oh, and Aunt Natalie? Yeah, not important.